There we go. Perfect. Looking good. Alright, I have everything all situated. I think I should be ready to stream. I say even though I'm currently already streaming. Oh wait, maybe I should fix my mic. Ugh. You like Red Velvet? That's good. Hey demo user, how are you doing? Sorry, I'm currently messing around with my mic stand, the one that I'm using right now. I don't own this. I borrowed this. I did a few favors. I won't state what, but yeah, I definitely worked hard for this mic. But yeah, Red Velvet's pretty good. I like Red Velvet myself. Very big fan. It's a shame I don't get to eat it as often as I'd like to. But also I think that's kind of what makes it special, you know? It's like I don't eat it that much. Therefore, when I do finally get the chance to eat it, it feels like a little event. It's like how back then when like Marvel movies were like actually sort of like a thing of like anticipation instead of like an inevitability. You know what I mean? But yeah, welcome to the stream. I don't really have like a sort of goal in mind with this stream. I know I called it like what's your favorite dessert, but it doesn't have to be just that. It could be anything. It'd be like we could talk about dessert, we could talk about food, we could talk about, you know, drinks. You know, as you could probably tell, I'm on a bit of a like ingestible sort of binge right now. I'm a little hungry at the moment. But like I said, it could be about anything. Anything. Literally anything. Favorite drink, not Baja Blast. Okay, but it is Baja Blast. That seems a little unfair, don't you think, to ask that? Because you already know the answer. You can't just tell me to like not include it. But okay, all right. Okay, second favorite. Let's see. Second favorite drink. That's gonna be a bit of a tough one. Let's see. I don't want to like cop out and say water because that seems like a bit of a, I don't know, that doesn't seem fair. Everyone likes water. Dang. I like apple cider. I like how it's very similar to soda, but it like, you know, like it tastes like apple juice. Like if like apple juice were a soda, but there's like a bit of a difference to it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. KP does stuff. I like to have the humble donut. Give me a second. I'm gonna sneeze. Fuck. I just lost the sneeze. I was so close. I couldn't find the proper button to mute the microphone. And I got too busy thinking about where the button was that I wasn't able to like get a sneeze out. The humble donut. I like the humble donut as well. I don't know if I'd call it humble because it's kind of like a juggernaut when it comes to things like, you know, like morning foods and stuff. Morning quote unquote desserts. Would you call a donut a dessert if you're eating it in the morning? What qualifies as a dessert? Because you could eat desserts anytime, quote unquote. So wouldn't it just be like sweets? What is dessert? What makes it different from just like sweets? Dessert. What is a dessert? A sweet dish or course typically served at the end of a meal, often including... Oh, okay, so it's kind of like... Oh, alright, I see. So it is kind of just like a formal, like, sort of, like, title for, like, food. Which can, like, just, like, be an umbrella term for, like, all sorts of foods. Like, candy could be, like, a dessert. Hell, even soda could be a dessert. If it's sweet, I guess it qualifies as a dessert. After meals, usually. Yeah. I like to think of desserts as tasty, sweet things, but then that makes you question... Yeah, and the thing is that they did qualify fruits as dessert, which is hard to think of because, like, fruits are, like, the last thing I'd consider a dessert. Like, way at the bottom right there. Like, fruits aren't, like, dessert, at least, like, from our, like, viewpoint. But I guess they are, because they're sweet, and you could eat them after a meal. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm smart enough to like dive into the nuances of this. I'd probably have to figure out like things like, I don't know, like grammar and like definitions and stuff. And that's way out of my wheelhouse right there. I do not have like a PhD for stuff of the sorts. But I guess we could kind of like go off of the food talk for a bit, and we could just talk about what's been going on. How's our day been? Today it's been a bit of a slow day. I had a Taco Bell breakfast. I was able to wake up early enough to get that. It was pretty nice. I got a burrito. It was a breakfast burrito, not the grande ones, but like the just the small little $2.29 ones. I got a sausage one. It was pretty banging. I'm a big fan of their burritos. Taco Bell makes like epic breakfast stuff. It's so good. Just a shame that it's going up in price hella. I remember in 2023 when I used to get Taco Bell breakfast like almost every day. It was like definitely not as expensive as it was, you know, nowadays. My day has been pretty good, nothing out of the ordinary. Some would say that's a blessing. Others would say it's a curse, but honestly, to me, I think that's good. Sometimes having normalcy in life is a good thing. It's a blessing in disguise. I'm tired, but okay, I guess. Oh, my poor sweet dumb user. I'm so sorry that you're tired. Maybe you could fall asleep to the stream. You know, with the good vibes and everything that's going on right now, I wouldn't be surprised if anyone took a little bit of a snooze right now. Just caught a couple of Z's. Uppercase, lowercase, it doesn't matter what kind of Z's. Surprisingly enough, I don't feel tired. I don't feel like I slept as long as I'd like to. But apparently I got some good rest, according to my watch at least. And usually, and the reason why I'm kind of like trusting what my watch has to say is because my watch usually says that I have some pretty shitty nights of rest. So like the fact that it's actually said, hey, you got enough sleep last night, like surprises me, because I don't feel like I got enough sleep, but I still feel good. I felt good enough to get up early in the morning. Off topic. It's okay. We are absolute, like, I know the title of the stream is what's your favorite dessert, but we've already gone off topic already. There is no topic for these streams. Have you guys ever had your interest piqued by someone? Like you don't even particularly like them, they're just interesting to observe? Yeah, I feel like I have. I would say maybe in high school and a little bit in college. I know there's been like some people who you know, I just like caught my eye and I'd be like, oh, that's quite an eccentric person. Especially in high school. There was a lot of interesting people when I was going to high school that, you know, I didn't have a crush on or anything, but I thought that, you know, they were pretty cool. Like, I know I have a few friends that were like really wacky, and like there's this friend of mine who he was really into party rock Anthem and stuff, and like LMFAO, and his clothing was quite out of the ordinary as a result. You know, he was wearing like the zebra pants. Man, I cannot speak today, which is crazy because I was doing some recording for a video. I've recorded a script for a video that I would like to work on this upcoming weekend. It's related to Dead Rising, and of course, like all of the other long form quote unquote videos that I've done, when I finish it, I'll definitely upload it, but it'll be for members for like a few weeks or something. So you know, if you're interested, we currently have some long form videos up right now, and I will get one up tonight, another one up tonight. So there'll be 3 videos that'll just be chilling out for members. So if anyone's interested, you gotta become a part of the Wolfpack. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. You get a lot of cool stuff too as well. Sorry, I went totally off topic, but yeah. This guy, he wore like a lot of party rock clothing, and also he had a very, you know, eccentric personality. He was definitely more on the flamboyant side, personality as well as clothing, and I couldn't help but just be, you know, fascinated and intrigued by this guy. And yeah, we're still friends to this day. He's not as flamboyant with his clothing, but you know that doesn't really change who he is as a person, and he's a good person. I don't know if he's listening right now. I'd be very surprised because currently we have only 3 people, and if one of you guys is actually like an undercover account for him, well, hey, how's it going? Maybe we should hang out sometime. KP kind of, but because they look interesting or easy to draw. Easy to draw? Do you draw people? Are you one of those cool people who like sit on the subway, just observing the crowd, observing the people that walk in and out, sit down, stand up, like just are existing on the subway, and you're like, huh, that person right there would look very good on a canvas, and then you just draw them, and then you like show them the drawing afterwards? That's so cool. I know it'll never happen for me, but that would take my breath away if someone ever drew me. Like, if I was worthy enough to be like drawn and have like someone like take their time doing so, I'm pretty sure I would be like, you know, just be like so taken aback. I don't even know what I'd say. I probably wouldn't say anything at all. I just grab the picture and just walk away and then cry. Tears of joy, of course. My favorite dessert, hey Starkiller, how are you doing? Is the cold weather, cause dang, it's super hot. Oh yeah, it's you know, it's crazy cause last week it was actually pretty cool. Like it started to cool down cause 2 weeks before it was like starting to get hot, and I was not happy about it. It got to the point where it was like, I think the highest was like 90 or almost 90 something, like 89 degrees Fahrenheit, and I was like, oh my god. Like, I know I live in California, but dude, it's barely like the end of March. You can't be doing this, Mother Nature. Sorry about all the climate change stuff that's going on, but you can't punish us this way. But yeah, I agree. My favorite dessert would probably be the cold weather as well. Gonna have to push, I don't even know did I ever say what my favorite dessert is? I don't think I did. At least in this stream. And since I don't think I did, I'll just say right here, my favorite dessert is cheesecake. I love cheesecake. It's really good. I know I was talking up red velvet earlier, but cheesecake is absolutely unmatched in my eyes. So freaking good. There needs to be red velvet cheesecake like more readily available. I know it exists, but it's just not like the stores that I go to, like Costco, Walmart, Sam's Club. Sam's Club doesn't have anything, but you know, I would expect them to at least have red velvet cheesecake, some like random like just item like that. They got Baja Blast. How come they don't have red velvet? I'm gonna turn up the music a little bit. Nice promotion, thank you. Thank you. I'm priding myself on my promotion for memberships, especially now that I'm like actually uploading stuff of substance to that. So I feel like now I should probably up the ante when it comes to getting my membership info out there. So thank you for noticing that. Not that type, but I think them in mind, and if it's at a public place, I'll snap a pic for them. Wait, what? So, I mean, there's nothing illegal about doing that, but it's crazy that you admitted to snapping pictures of people. But of course, I trust you're not going to do anything weird with that. You're only going to draw them. But yeah, I don't think I've ever willingly snapped like a picture of somebody. But hey, if they're that like cool looking, then I guess I can't really blame you. There are some pretty cool looking people out there who absolutely should be the main character of society, which, you know, is unfortunate that there are no main characters because they would totally fit perfectly. We have a Swedish dessert called dammsugara, meaning vacuum cleaner. They're called punch rolls for some reason. Cheesecake is definitely top 5 for me too. No one can deny cheesecake and its appeal. It's such a good dessert. I mean, of course, if you're like incredibly lactose intolerant, like it's like lethal if you were to like consume like dairy, then I guess I could understand why you would hate it. But yeah, top tier dessert, top tier food. You know, you know, just eliminating the whole like dessert like thing in mind, which just it's just up there. It's just up there in consumables. Oh hey, there's a cat walking by. Bye, cat. So there's this cat that like hangs out around like the place that I'm living at the moment, and we started to take to feeding it and stuff. We haven't given it a name or anything, but yeah, since it's just hanging around, we're just like, hey, you know, why not feed it? It's not like it's doing anything. It's not like, you know, it's causing any trouble. Let's give the little guy some food. And yeah, we've been leaving like some food out like on the front like porch and stuff for it to eat, and it would come by, it'd eat it, and it's starting to slowly get like comfortable with us like feeding it and stuff, because like whenever we like come home or like we open the door and it's there, like it's nearby, it'll walk up to like the it'll walk up close to the front door. It won't be like right in front of it, but it'll be like off to the side, and it'll just sit there waiting and looking at us. And it's like that's never happened before, so I think it's starting to trust us a little bit. And you know, we're trying to feed it. There is an ulterior motive. We're trying to feed it just enough so that way it's comfortable enough with us to pet it. And when that happens, oh my god, I'm gonna feel so accomplished. We're gonna feel so accomplished. This isn't a one-man job here. This is a collaborative effort. Make sure the rent isn't raised because of him. Oh, don't worry. I don't live like in an apartment or anything, so we don't have to worry about anyone's rent being raised. But if he becomes a permanent resident, we might have to start charging him because, you know, well, it is nice him living here and all and just hanging out and stopping by, you know. World's getting more expensive, and we're gonna have to, you know, impose some, like, you know, I don't know, some charges on him. Exactly. Pay up, kitty. Give me that shit. If you can't give me anything monetary, then at least let me pet you. All right, how about this? 5 pets per month. How does that sound? And you know, once you start getting a little comfortable, we might sneakily up the price for that to 10 pets. But for now, 5 pets seems about right, right? That's like almost like a little bit more than 1 pet per week. That's not that bad, right? It's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap. Once we reach 10 pets though, yeah, it's not gonna be that cheap for him. But for now, it's pretty cheap. Pretty damn cheap. I used to not care for Cheesecake, but Cheesecake Factory changed my life. Dude, Cheesecake Factory changed my life as well. I know I've shared this story before, and I'll share it again. I'm a little hesitant about sharing it because I want to make a video about it, talking about just talking about it and going more into depth. But the first time I went to the Cheesecake Factory was over there in I'm sorry. It was over there in either Oregon or Washington. I think it was in Oregon. But yeah, I remember going there because you know, we were up there to see a friend. We went, like me and 2 friends went to Oregon, and yeah, just one of the nights that we were there, we were just like, okay, so we're gonna split up like Scooby-Doo. You 2 will go there, and me and another person will go over there. And so me and like one of my friends went to like this mall over there in Oregon, and it was super cool. It was so gigantic. It was so awesome. We bought some souvenirs. We walked around. It was pretty nice. And well, unfortunately, it wasn't that nice because it was starting to close, like the actual mall portion. Everything else that's connected to it, like the Cheesecake Factory, as well as other places, were still open. But yeah, I hate when that happens. But yeah, we ended up going to the Cheesecake Factory because it was there, and we were like, we never been, or like neither of us have been. And then we went. It was cool. We waited. It was like 50-minute wait, and we got a seat. And we were hanging out, talking, chilling. And well, unfortunately, this friend I was hanging out with is very susceptible to me making them laugh their ass off with literally no effort whatsoever on my part. So pretty much like every other sentence I would say, the dude would just cackle like the Wicked Witch of the West, and it would be so loud too. It was like insanely loud, like it would pierce through the air. it would sound like a, you know, like when like jets and stuff fly by and it's got that like loud whip sound. Probably about like around that same decibel level. But yeah, so we're talking, hanging out, he's laughing his ass off. And for the most part, I don't think there was anyone sitting near us. But eventually, there was these two people that walked up to sit like right next to us. And for some reason, Cheesecake Factory has like seats that are just so close by to each other. Seats and tables that it's almost like we're sitting together. So these two people came up, and it was like a man and a woman. And yeah, so they sat down, and you know, we didn't really think much of it because, you know, we're just chilling out and hanging out. So we kept going and just, you know, going about as usual. And so he's laughing his ass off. I'm eating, I'm talking, I'm saying whatever I'm saying. And you know, over the course of like 30 minutes or something that we were there, for the last 30 minutes, I could just hear like left of me, I could just hear this like this mumbling, this very, very definitely disgruntled mumbling. And I'm just hearing like, God, this I can't fucking talk here or anything. I can't hear myself speak. Blah blah blah. And when I heard that, I'm just like, oh no. Oh my God, this guy is so pissed. He's so incredibly mad that we're making all this like ruckus. And I'm pretty sure we were like the loudest people there, because like whenever things will be calm and cool and collected between like the two of us, everything sounded about as normal as like a regular dining experience. Like, but yeah, and so so as like the rest of our time there continued on, this guy would just keep making like offhand remarks, like low volume offhand remarks that I could catch, but my friend couldn't catch because he was too busy laughing. And I remember there was one point where like my friend acknowledged that he was laughing really hard. He's like, oh my God, I'm probably like the loudest person here or something. And then like the guy, you know, he said, she's like, yeah, of course you are, dude. Or he said something along those lines. There was definitely a lot of sass in that offhand remark from him. But yeah, I think that was the last thing he said, because we were about ready to get going, and then we left. And I remember telling my friend about that later on in the night, or probably like when we got in the car. And then that made him laugh even more. And he's just like, why didn't you tell me or something? I'm like, because I don't want to make the situation awkward, because we're not going to be in Portland forever. We're not going to live here. We're never going to see this guy ever again. Like, of course, we probably ruined his date night or whatever with this curiously young looking woman. This guy was probably like in his 50s. The woman looked like she probably got out of middle school. So yeah, it kind of sucked for him, but whatever. It's over and done with. That was probably the most interesting introduction to the Cheesecake Factory I've had, or for anything, honestly. Because that happened like 2 years ago, and I still think about it. And whenever I hang out with like my friends, and that guy is there as well. That my friend that was there at the Cheesecake Factory was with. We still somehow managed to bring it up. It just happens, like, I'm not even trying to, because usually I'm just talking about, like, you know, other things, more recent things, and then just all of a sudden, remember that time at the Cheesecake Factory? I'm like, facepalm, dude. But yeah, I went super off topic. Sorry about that. The whole dinner, thanked God, I'm pretty sure everybody was so glad that we left. I was trying to not pay attention, but I'm sure other people were probably not happy with us being there. But also, I kind of like the idea that we kind of came into, like, it's a very asshole thing of me to say, but I kind of thought it was funny how we just, like, barged in, everything was normal, and the moment we came in, everything just went to hell for everyone. We just involved everyone in this horrible, like, situation. Hey, Dante. Might have been a dad and daughter. Maybe. But, you know, That's not as funny as saying this like 50-year-old guy is dating like a 14-year-old or something. But you're probably absolutely right about that. But actually no, because well, maybe, I don't know, because the lady looked pretty well dressed, and the guy did too. And I think it was like I think it does like stocks or something. I think I remember hearing, because, you know, we were really close, and even though my friend was still being pretty loud, there would be instances where like things were quiet, and I would like accidentally hear. I'm not one to really eavesdrop on people. I don't know. I just feel like an asshole whenever I do it. Sometimes it can be pretty juicy, but most of the time I try to keep to myself. But I think he said something about like he traded or whatever. I don't know if that's stocks or if he traded like Pokemon cards or what. It could be anything. He was a trader of sorts. That's all I could say. But yeah, anyways, we'll move on. I've already exhausted this story, but I definitely want to make a video about it because it's the funniest thing ever. I didn't tell it as well as I told it the last time, like I was with my friends. But yeah, that is gonna be the funniest video ever if I could get it out. Yeah, you finally caught a live stream, That Gamer Kid. Welcome to my stream. You're here and I have music playing. I have my theme song playing, quote unquote. It's hard to catch these streams though. Yeah, I know. For one, they're very uncommon nowadays, and for two, I usually have them when I you know, when everyone else is asleep. It was just kind of rare that I got a chance to do one now, because usually I don't have my microphone set up, because where I have my computer at, I don't, you know, really have that much room. So if I'm not doing like microphone stuff, I just, you know, tear things down and then I just put it away. But since I was doing a video, recording audio for a video, I was like, you know what? Why not? The day is young. I may as well like do a stream, because YOLO, right? Last one I did was last week. But I'm very glad that people are actually able to catch this. I wish I could do them early like this more often, but you know, things get in the way, video stuff gets in the way, or other things get in the way. But yeah, I'm happy. We're all here. We're all talking. We're all having fun. I'm able to share the worst possible aspects of my life, making myself look unredeemable at every step of the way of this journey. Definitely was a date. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They look too well dressed. Like, KP did say it could be like the granddaughter, but I don't know. I just, there is no way a woman would dress that well for like their grandpa or dad. Under normal circumstances, I won't say what like circumstances where they would do that, but you know, let's move on. Anyways, to answer your question, I like chocolate lava cake. That's a pretty good choice right there. I've had a chocolate lava cake before. Not like one of the super duper fancy ones. The only one I really had was from Domino's. So yeah, probably not the best exposure to lava cakes like that, but I thought it was good. It had like the, you know, like their little lava cakes that they have. They had like the little powdered sugar on there, and like it looked really nice. It was aesthetically pleasing. And I think I ate it while watching the end of Evangelion. So, you know, quite the experience. I think the day that was the day before I went to Santa Barbara. So, you know, this was a series of events, both fortunate and incredibly fortunate, because yeah, I don't think I would have experienced End of Evangelion any other way. I had Domino's pizza, I had lava cakes. I had in my brain that I was gonna go like bicycling in Santa Barbara. All was good in life. That was like, what, 7 years ago? Rest in peace. Let's see. It's Cheesecake Factory. Is Cheesecake Factory any good? I've never been. It's good. I think it's really good, actually. It's just that, for the most part, every single time I've been to the Cheesecake Factory, it's always been busy. So that, and also it's pretty dang expensive. Like, of course, the food is good, but you kind of have to go in with the knowledge that it's more expensive than your typical, like, diner. Like, compared to Denny's, it blows the prices of Denny's out of the water. Not in a good way, because I think the for that story, the item that I got, it was like chicken and biscuits. That was $30. I paid $30 for that plate, and of course, you know, like any other like dine-in place, you have to pay for drinks separately. And I know I got cheesecake, and that was like $15. So for myself, that was around like $50-ish. We cut it in half, even though it's kind of not fair to, because, you know, like my plate was more expensive than his plate, but you know, that was just our agreement. Bro traded cryptocurrency for Pokemon stocks. I mean, hey, well, this was back in 2023. Were Pokemon cards going hard back in that year? I don't know. I feel like the only time I've ever seen like Pokemon cards get big was like 2024 and onward. I might be wrong, because I think in 2023 Magic the Gathering was more like, that was the in thing, but now it seems like Pokemon is all that's around. At least, you know, going off of like all the videos I see of people going crazy at Costco's trying to scalp Pokemon cards, and at those Pokemon card like vending machines. I didn't know that was a thing. It's cool, but also like, I don't know how cool it is, because it's so easy to exploit those. Like, people just stand in front of them and just order like 20 things. It's like, that's not good. That's not a way to like, you know, curate the market and make sure that, you know, people get their chance. But I don't know anything about Pokemon cards or trading or whatever, so I'm not going to speak that much on the topic. Actually just watched NVIDIA. Really? And you're actually able... you're living to tell the tale. I hope you enjoyed it, but also I kind of don't hope you enjoy it. Like, that movie is made to make everyone feel like shit, so I don't know what to tell you. Like, do I tell you to enjoy it, or do I tell you to suffer? Whatever, I hope it was a experience for you. For me, this is the worst time. It was pure luck I haven't gone to bed yet. Oh, shoot. Well, Emil, you should definitely check out, man. It's pretty late for you, I'm sure, especially if you're talking about Sweden. So, man, I'd feel bad if I'm the reason that you wake up, like, you know, late, or if you don't get that much sleep. Like, I am flattered that you're willing to put your health on the line, as well as maybe potentially your schedule for tomorrow. But I don't know if I could talk positively about that. Especially in this public setting, people are gonna see me and be like, man, he's really willing to tell his viewers to, you know, just do whatever it takes to catch him. Even though I don't know if I'd personally feel happy catching one of my own streams. But that's just me. I haven't seen it at all, but I heard it's not good. Oh, of the DMC. No, I haven't seen the Devil May Cry Netflix series, but yeah, a lot of the people like chiming in about it are saying it's not that good, and I wish I could watch it to get my own opinion, but for one, I don't have Netflix, and like, I haven't played Devil May Cry in a long time. Like, I have not been keeping up with the games. The only games I played were 1 and 2, and that was like way back then. That was back like when those games actually came out, so I was really young, so I need to get back to those games, especially now that they're on sale. I saw that they were on sale on Steam, and I was actually considering purchasing them, because the only games I don't own for Devil May Cry are 5, 4, and I guess DMC Devil May Cry. I'm not really planning to buy that one, but I am curious. I mean, I am considering buying the pack to get 4 and 5. I really want to try out 5, especially since it's on the RE engine. I want to see if I could get some first-person gameplay in there. It would probably be very, like, sickening to play, but I'm pretty sure it'd be an interesting experience. I heard everything from the Netflix show is really bad to good. Sounds like it's pretty divisive. Yeah, that seems to be the case. A lot of people, like, say they do have, like, it does have its good moments, but, like, the bad moments are really bad. So I seen it look pretty good. Thought it was good. It was certainly an experience, though. Oh, you're talking about EOE. It was an experience. I'm still trying to think about if it was good for me or not. I feel like it actually did legitimately I feel like it, like, you know, it's a joke for people to say something has altered their brain chemistry, but I really do think that end of Evangelion did alter mine in some like manner. Like, just it's hard to explain, but I feel like I feel inspired, I feel afraid, but also I feel comforted too. That was like all of the things that was going through my mind when I was watching that, especially when the whole the whole part where the, you know, the whole dun, 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 that part happened. I was like simply blown away that they would ever do that. Very brave, very cool. God, I wish I could be as cool as Hideki Anno. Like, if I ever had a series like that, like my own series, I would love to just fuck with everybody and just kill everyone at the end of it, just for fun. Just be like, you know what, fuck you. Kills all of your favorite characters in the most horrific ways possible. 1, 3, and 5 are all pretty great. We don't talk about the reboot. I heard the reboot's starting to get like some like retrospective looks at it, and a lot of people are actually saying like it's a good game, but it's not a good DMC game. I need to replay 3, especially for Bloody Palace. Oh, I heard a lot about Bloody Palace. I don't know much about it, but from what I've heard, it's kind of like a gauntlet sort of, where you just go through fighting a bunch of monsters. I think I might be wrong. Never played the games. It's okay, gamer kid. I mean, you could kind of throw me in that camp since, like I said, it's been a while since I played any Devil May Cry. They made Lady a cop. Oh, is that a bad thing? I know Lady's like a character from DMC 4, so I'm assuming she wasn't a cop. Need to play the reboot at some point. Is it bad? I was like kind of curious about the reboot when it was first announced and when it came out. Like, I was actually kind of like intrigued by it, that, you know, we were getting a reboot to this like franchise that I knew about. Like, wow, that seems kind of interesting. Ninja Theory's working on it, the guys that did Ninja Gaiden. This could prove to be quite an interesting video game. And then the reviews came out, and, you know, everyone started talking mad shit about it. I'm like, ooh, can't believe I had the bad opinion about something this time. Yikes. They ain't had to start that movie like that. We have to argue it had to start like that. There was no other way that movie that set the tone for the rest of the movie perfectly. It's not a perfect scene for what happens in it, but it absolutely it definitely set the tone and expectations of what will happen. What a great scene. Everyone, if you haven't watched End of Evangelion and you haven't seen Evangelion at all, it doesn't matter. Just go watch it, just for fun, just for the lols. The guy who made it, yes, he directed not only the Shin Godzilla movie, but he did Shin Kamen Rider and Shin Ultraman. And I haven't watched Shin Godzilla or Ultraman, but I did watch Kamen Rider. I wouldn't say recently, I think it was in December. And it was actually pretty good. I liked it. I liked it more than I was expecting. I'm not I have been exposed to Kamen Rider over the past couple of years, and I think it's cool. I don't fully understand it, but I understand the appeal. Same thing with Power Rangers and Super Sentai. I got a chance to check those out as well, because I have a friend who's very into that stuff, and they were very excited to show me and educate me on this topic. And yeah, I think I get it. I think I understand it. But the Kamen Rider movie was pretty good. It was freaking. I didn't expect it to be so gory. I'm not complaining, but like, the dude's like jumping up, he's doing spins in the air, and then he's just like slamming onto like some dude's head, like on the ground, and it just explodes into like a big like puddle of blood. It was so badass. And also there was a lot of talking too, and because personally I'm a big fan of dialogue in movies, so getting to see that in something that I kind of assumed was going to be mostly action was a neat change, or at least a neat diversion from expectations. So overall, yeah, it was a good movie. I could understand, because I remember looking up some reviews about it to see what other people had to say, specifically actual fans of Kamen Rider. And a lot of people kind of addressed that and said that, yeah, there's a lot of talking, what the fuck? But I personally thought that was a good thing. But, you know, I'm an outlier because I don't watch Kamen Rider because, you know, that just wasn't really my thing. But good stuff. And definitely saw a bit of the influence from Mr. Anno, because he kind of does the same thing in Evangelion, where it's a lot of dialogue. Of course, there's a lot of cool stuff that's around the dialogue, but for the most part, it's like, you know, it's pretty heavy in that regard. Sorry about that. I was thinking about it recently, and I go on like really long tangents. Like when I see a topic that, you know, definitely I could like divulge information on, like I do so. And that was something I was wondering if I should try and fix. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't change who you are, but also I have to understand that, like, you know, other people are listening. Other people are listening, and since it's a stream, people would probably expect to have like some sort of, you know, back and forth with me. So if I do go on these tangents and it is a bit of an annoyance, I apologize. I guess I just kind of get a little excited sometimes, and I just can't stop talking to save my life. I don't mind the tangents. Okay, great. I'm glad. It's good for us. Okay, that's good for you, and that's good for me. It makes me feel at least somewhat at ease knowing that people aren't ready to just take my head for talking about Kamen Rider for like 5 minutes straight without like a single breath. Lady loves swear. Oh, I saw a tweet about that, and I thought it was really funny. Like, I don't think it's the it was like gameplay, I think from like DMC4 or whatever, but like it showed Lady talking, and like every other word was like the word fuck. It's like, it's a fucking demon like doing a fucking fuck or whatever, and I thought that was funny. You know, seeing that kind of makes me want to watch it just to see if that's actually the case. In a Netflix show. Yeah. DMC reboot isn't the worst for a game itself, but as a DMC, yeah, that seems to be the consensus, that it's a bad DMC game, but that it's a good character action game. Do people still call it that? Character action games? I've never really seen the genre name thrown around anymore, so I don't know if people kind of moved on from it. I kind of hope so, because I always kind of thought character action game was like a bit of a dumb like name for that genre. Like, I'd personally just call it hack and slash, but I remember I told a friend about that, and they're like, no, there's nuance to it. There's like, you know, this is what makes a game a hack and slash, this is what makes a game a character action game. I'm like, why would they call it character? Like, you know, every game has characters and action, I'm assuming, unless you're playing The Sims, which actually, now that I think about that, The Sims could be a character action game because there's fight scenes in there as well. The Sims is my favorite character action game. Call them hack and slash, please. Right? I beg of you. By the way, if anyone actually does call them character action games in here, it's mainly a joke. And it's also my opinion. And again, like we've seen many a time, my opinion manages to always be the wrong opinion. So I might be wrong. The Ava show absolutely changed my outlook on things, kind of the same way P4 did. When you find a piece of media. Yes, absolutely. The same thing happened with me with Persona 3. You know, since I was a high schooler, and, you know, the characters in that were high schoolers as well, I think that's what resonated with me and allowed me to kind of take in the messages that the game was trying to convey a lot more, you know, a lot more easily. It was a lot more impactful, because I'm like, you know, this could kind of happen to me, except for the whole shooting myself in the head thing, and except for the whole going into like a tower during a hidden hour of the day thing. Ladies from 3 onward, and oh, okay, my bad. I thought she was in 4, because I know I've seen. I don't really know much about 3. That's like the one, which is weird because everyone loves 3. A lot of people say it's their favorite DMC game, but it's also the one that like I know the least about. I've seen the least about. I've seen more about 4, and I haven't played a dang thing about that. And I heard Shin Godzilla kicks ass. That's what I heard too. I heard it was like up there, like right next to -1. And since I really enjoyed -1, I watched that like back when it was still in theaters. I'd have to check out Shin Godzilla. I should probably check out more Godzilla movies as well. I would like to check out the ones where it like gets dumb. Like I'm a big fan of where it's like, you know, like a big allegory for things, or like, you know, it's more serious and impactful. But also I want to see Godzilla have like his little son and like jumping in the air and flying like through it like horizontally into like some monster or whatever. Yes, it was crazy in theaters. My experience was a little marred by some technical difficulties though, but just because of how good the movie was, I was able to kind of overlook them, and I honestly forgot all about them. It was like I'm a little hesitant to call them technical difficulties, but during my showing, and by the way, I think we were like the only people there, like me and the person that I went with, like my friend. It was like flickering, like dark. It was like a here's what I'm trying to say. It was like normal brightness, and it would flicker to like slightly darker, and so it would just like continuously like strobe between them. Not a fast strobe, but it was enough that, you know, you'd kind of notice it if, you know, it caught your eye. And since the beginning of the movie was particularly really bright, I just couldn't like think of anything else. Like it was actually like starting to hinder my theater going experience. And I honestly considered telling like the staff and just asking them like, is this supposed to be happening? But I don't know why I just didn't do it. And honestly, I kind of feel like a pussy for not doing so, for not speaking up. Same thing happened for me during Across the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man movie, because there was like some audio issues, but I guess that was like nationwide. So I guess it wasn't my theater. I guess it was just the movie itself. But yeah, besides the technical difficulties, it was a very good movie, and I need to check out Shin eventually. I probably won't check it out for like another 5 years or whatever. It was awesome. It also isn't a movie that's for everyone. For example, it's not very character focused. Oh, okay. I see. Well, I think I could probably still try and get into it just because of how good Kamen Rider was. You know what? Talking about all this actually just makes me want to watch it tonight. I'll have to find a way to watch it because I don't own it. Maybe I know some people. Maybe I could pull some strings, quote unquote. I'll find a way though. They gave Lady that Vivzy Pop. Oh god. Do they really swear that much in a Has-Been Hotel? Is it really that bad? They made Lady written by Vivzy Pop with all the swearing. I have low to no expectations of have a streamer seeing my message, as by the time they finish my comment would be buried. Except my expectation is slightly raised when you're streaming. Yeah, well, you know, thankfully not that many people watch. I don't know if I'm not trying to say it to like, you know, like be all woe is me, but you know, there is some positivity to having like low numbers in viewers, because it means that I'm able to get to all these like comments and stuff. I'm like, for the most part, getting through most of your guys' chat messages, which is, you know, kind of great. I'm usually pretty bad about that. Sometimes, like, you know, they do pass me by, even though I don't have that many people watching. But yeah, there's positives that one could net from having low viewers. And that's definitely one of them. A more intimate stream, which can be good sometimes. Dante, no. We will never do anything of the sort. So put those emojis away right now, mister. Never, no siree. I am not one to do any pirating of sorts. This is the 21st century, and I am not I am a landlubber. I am not a sea dog. I do not engage in sailing the 7 seas. No siree. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The interaction is a big reason why I like your streams. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad that you enjoy the attempt at back and forthing with you guys. I say attempt because I already addressed that. You know, I am sometimes pretty bad about that, but I try my best. Across the sky. Yeah, I remember looking it up like after my showing, and it was so bad that like the audio engineer or whatever, like someone that was a part of the crew that made Spider-Verse actually made like some stickers or something, because I think what was wrong was like the audio leveling that the theaters had was like kind of messed up, and it wasn't like tuned properly for the movie, which was news to me because I thought that most of this stuff was automated by now, but I guess that not everything is fully automated, because they don't do that whole film reel stuff anymore. They don't really got a guy up there just, you know, putting the reel, putting the cells in there, you know, just like clipping it and just like, you know, taping it all together. That's not reality anymore. But yeah, so like he had stickers like made that said like, I correctly leveled the Spider-Verse movie or whatever, and like it was sent to like theaters and stuff. So I'm kind of glad that they addressed the situation, but unfortunately for my showing, it was not addressed. So yeah, the sound kind of sucked ass, but the movie was still really good. I still had a good time with it. It's really nice. Plus the streams are chill too. I know. I pride myself on having some chill streams. They're pretty chill. Sometimes I do get a bit hype, but for the most part, vibes are pretty mellow here, you know? You know, if you're feeling up to it, you could grab yourself a bit of a doobie and toke one up with me. I won't smoke. I'm not that kind of guy, but you know, I'm for it. I'm for it, man. I'm all for the vibes, bro. Do what you want, because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Yar har fiddle-dee dee. Being a pirate is all with me. Do what you want, because you are a pirate. My eyes were bleeding after ATSV. What? Come on. It looked beautiful. There's nothing wrong with Across the Spider-Verse. It was just the audio stuff, okay? What, were you watching it in 3D? If so, that's on you, man. No one should be watching 3D movies in the year of our Lord 2020. Well, the movie came out last year, so 2024. But yeah, that was on you. I meant that as a compliment. Oh, what? How could you mean that as a compliment? That literally, whenever someone says their eyes are bleeding, that's usually used after, you know, they've seen something that's terrible. Like, say for example, the Mexican Cartel chainsaw video has my eyes bleeding as much as that guy's neck. Like, you would not use that as like a compliment. Imagine watching it. Oh, dude, that movie would kick someone, especially when spoiler alert, when he goes into the what's it called? It's like where all the Spider-Mans are hanging out and stuff. But yeah, there was like a lot of like, it was like vast, that area. So that would have looked really good in IMAX. I personally think that would have been like the best possible like use of the IMAX aspect ratio, which, by the way, speaking of IMAX, I guess I could bring this up. I don't think I talked about it in like any other capacity outside of like my Instagram stories, but I watched the 4K restoration of Princess Mononoke in IMAX I think a week or two back, and oh man, that movie was definitely on my bucket list for movies to watch in theaters. Which, by the way, you know, what would be your number one movie to watch in theaters? Like, if you had a chance to watch it, like you haven't seen it in theaters yet, what would be the number one movie you'd want to watch in theaters? Princess Mononoke is not my number one movie. That, of course, goes to Superbad. But, yeah. Sorry, I was looking at my phone really quick. But, it was so beautiful. It was so sharp. It was so crisp. The sound was a little, I don't know if what is up with sound in movies? Oh my God. But the sound was a little, but the visuals were spectacular. And, I didn't know this until like a friend told me that went to go see the movie, but they had sub and dub, and for some reason the website that I got my tickets from did not disclose which showing was what, so it was kind of like a gamble on your part whether you get the sub or dub. So you kind of had to like have like, just like an open mind and just be like, it's either like, man, I hate dubs, but I hope this one's good, or, I'm very bad when it comes to reading subtitles for movies and TV shows, but hopefully my eyes are pretty fast if I happen to get the sub for this movie. But yeah, I managed to get the dub, which was my personal hope, because that's the only way I've really experienced Princess Mononoke. If I got the sub, I would be totally fine with it, because I've seen, I forgot which Ghibli movie I seen with sub, but it was a good one, and that kind of calmed my nerves about whether or not I get sub or dub or not, because it's just like, whichever one I get, it's gonna be a good experience regardless. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, if you're a fan of anime movies, if you're a fan of Studio Ghibli, if you're a fan of just movie experiences in general, check out Mononoke in theaters. I don't know if it's still in theaters. It might have been a limited run, but yes, check it out. That's a yeah, but I had to use something that would make you. Sorry, there's a lot of outside like interference that's really throwing me off. My Alexa started talking to me and it scared the shit out of me. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, it's a stretch, but also, it's a good way for people to understand. It's like my eyes would be bleeding for that. Like my eyes wouldn't be like clapping their hands, happy, joy and stuff. I heard someone went to ATSV, and when the train scene happened, the people were being thrown by the moving chairs with Miguel. Oh, like 4DX? God, that sounds so freaking cool. I want to watch a movie in 4DX so bad. I remember when Twisters came out, I was talking with a friend of mine, and they really wanted to go watch Twisters. And they asked if I wanted to go, but I just wasn't feeling it. But I remember talking with them and just being like, what would be cool? To watch that movie in 4DX, because I feel like if you were to watch a movie in 4DX, it should be a disaster movie, like a natural disaster movie, because it'll be that much more immersive, because you're a person that lives in the real world. Natural disasters exist, and having like motion like seats and stuff like that for like an earthquake or like a tornado or whatever, it kicks so much ass. That'd be perfect. Probably way more immersive than watching like Fast and the Furious. I heard that was actually a really good 4D experience, like the Fast and the Furious movies, but not for me. I've been on here when you mentioned Daisy's Destruction. It's not always chill, and no, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, the less we talk about that, the better. That's way worse than the other thing I mentioned. Sorry for mentioning that, by the way. I know some people are, even if we're not showing it or anything, but just the mere mention of the names is enough to, like, sorry for the use of the word, but to trigger someone, give someone PTSD. So if that does happen, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be a bit more, open-minded to that. Because, just because I was, exposed to the horrors of the world at a very young age doesn't mean everyone else should. It's different times, it's different, different generations. Not everyone deserves to be scarred for life like me. Terminator 2, ooh. Yeah, actually, that'd be a really good movie to check out. Yeah, Terminator 2, Fantasia. Also, I was watching this review of the Snow White live action movie, and I'm not gonna say the Snow White live action movie would be good to watch in theaters. A lot of people apparently hate that movie, but the original Snow White, just like the old Disney animated movies, or even like the new ones like Aladdin or something, I feel like those movies would be really cool to check out in like a theater, because I don't think I've ever really had I think I might have seen The Lion King as a kid, but of course I was a kid, so I don't really have a recollection of it outside of potentially maybe watching it. But stuff like that would look really good. Just animation, I feel, on IMAX goes so hard, maybe too hard, way too hard. Mononoke looked flippin' awesome, but my GF lost interest halfway through. Oh yeah, it's one of those movies, you have to be like in the mood to watch a movie like that, because it's kind of a slow burn. It's definitely not for everybody. I'm so glad that the movie, the movie going experience I had with that was top tier. So glad it wasn't like a Minecraft movie. Holy shit. Those TikToks I'm seeing of like people going crazy for Chicken Jockey or whatever kind of scares me. I'd hate to be caught. That's like, those TikToks are like one step away from like turning into like a mosh pit. But, of course, I don't really endorse that kind of stuff. I feel bad because, like, you know, people throw like food, popcorn, all that stuff, and it makes the workers' lives even worse. But it's so crazy to see. I'm struggling for words because I don't want to put it in a positive light, you know. Don't remind me of that live action one. Oh, don't worry. Like I said, apparently it's absolute shit. I've been to the Gauntlet at 8? No way, dude. For real? Live Leak at age 13 was an experience? Yeah, a terrible experience. Ogrish, Live Leak, the YNC, this... God, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Mental Zero. Alright, for reals, no more. Alright, cutting it off here. Also, we reached an hour, Jesus Christ. Really? It doesn't even feel like it's been that long. You know, sorry, I'm struggling for words here. That is a observation I made. Like last stream, the time went by really quick. This stream, the time went by even quicker. So I don't know what's up. I don't know if like, because this stream and the last stream, I added the music. So I don't know if that's like making things more fun or something. But yeah, time is just going by like really quick with these streams. And yeah, since we did reach an hour, I will begin to start winding down the stream. But it's been 8 hours. What the? No, don't you say that. Don't scare me. The numbers never lie. I know what the numbers mean, Mason. You can't lead me otherwise. But yeah, since we did reach an hour, I will begin to wind down the stream right now. Because, you know, I got other things to do. I'm also starting to get a little hungry, which, you know, that's why I named the stream, What's Your Favorite Dessert? As well as giving the thumbnail just the big-ass word hungry. But speaking of live action, how are we feeling about Snow White live action? Ooh. I won't get into that because I haven't seen the movie. OG Aladdin's probably my favorite old Disney movie. Robin Williams absolutely owned that role. I'm inclined to agree, and I haven't even watched the movie. I should probably check it out though. Did I watch the movie? If I did, it's definitely been a while. It's definitely been a while. See, I never know. I can never know with my own memory. I can't trust myself. Would be amazing to see. The only 2D Disney movie I saw in theater was The Princess and the Frog. Oh, and that was like pretty much the last Disney movie. Emil, you got off lucky. You caught the last possible Disney movie. A Disney 2D animated movie in theaters. But yeah, I haven't seen Aladdin. I'll definitely have to check it out. I wonder if I know anyone that owns a copy. I probably don't, but if I don't know anyone that owns a copy, well, I will come into possession of a copy some way. You've been streaming for 24 now you're pushing it, dude. I was almost gonna believe 8 hours, but nah, 12. Okay, I would have believed 12. Anything with Robin Williams is going to be good. Man was an absolute legend. Absolutely, I big agree. And also leading back into Evangelion, but does anyone remember that one movie? What is it? 1 hour film where he actually holds up a figure of one of the angels from Evangelion. I remember when I first saw that clip, I did not believe it was real. You're gonna leave? All right, later, dumb user. I'm gonna start leaving too, so you know I'll be following you back. Not back home or anything, but I will be following you on your way out. Is what I meant to say. But I would like to know where you live. But yeah. I did not believe that clip was real. I thought it was AI. I thought that they created AI specifically just to make that clip right there. Hey, Dorky Danny, what's up? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the podcast episode. Yeah, this is what they pretty much are, right? Just me talking, just yupping it up right now, just engaging in conversation with my fellow community right here. You've never seen Aladdin? Yeah, I know. I'm a disappointment for everybody. I apologize. I feel bad. I am very uncultured. I'm starting to learn that now that I haven't really watched that many movies as of late, and I feel bad, but also at the same time I don't, because it's like my life is too busy being conquered by like other entertainment, like YouTube. Like I talked about it before, but like I pretty much watch only like YouTube videos. Like I do have like the capability of using some streaming services like Paramount Plus. Not Netflix. I used to have Netflix, but you know, Netflix had to go and Netflix it up and make it impossible for you to watch things if you're outside of the household. But yeah, even though I have like the ability to watch like streaming services, I'm just like I'm just too glued to YouTube. And it's not really a bad thing. I'm not gonna like talk bad about it or anything. Of course, maybe some diversity in my content could be nice, but I ain't complaining. There's good stuff on YouTube. The homepage has been treating me quite well, and I've been finding a lot of good people on there, a lot of good YouTubers on there. Hopefully someday I could be one of those people on the homepage. But for now, that's not the case. He was an Ava fan. Yeah, that's what I read about as well. That's the reason that he brought the figure in. Mispronouncing Evangelion. I've seen the clip. We've all seen the clip. It's an epic, legendary clip. He's right behind you. I am, and my hands are doing the weird perverted grabby thing. We're keeping you captive. Wolf isn't allowed to end the stream. Oh man. What would happen if I do? Is there like a explosive device, an IED placed under my chair? Are you gonna blow my ass to oblivion? Literally? I'd like to see you try, gamer kid. I've stopped watching movies since stimulus checks were no more. I stopped watching movies way before the stimulus checks. I just have long-ass documentary YouTube videos about video games while at work. Oh god. Honestly, dude, that sounds like heaven right there, Emil. Can I get a job where you're working at? That sounds badass. I would love to. I know it's kind of romanticized on like social media, but when I'd see like the TikToks and the YouTube shorts about like people at their security jobs, it sounds so freaking like I remember I saw one where the guy he had like one of those portable monitors and a Series S, an Xbox Series S, and he was playing like Call of Duty Warzone at his security desk. And I was like, what these jobs exist? But also, you know, the reality is that security jobs can be pretty freaking scary. I remember I actually did want to try and get into security work, but my dad, because I was telling my dad about it, this was like way longer, this was like many years ago, but I told him about it because like me and my brother were talking about doing like security, and it was like, allow me to drop some dad lore on you. I was actually a security guard around the same age that you wanted to become a security guard. And I was like, what? Really? How cool was it? And he was like, it was actually not that cool. Someone got stabbed, like, you know, on my shift, and we had to chase after him. But I froze up. And yeah, I stopped being a security guard. I'm like, what the fuck? How could you not share that with me, Dad? You saw a dude get stabbed? He was like, you got the wrong message out of this. And yeah, when I learned about that, I pushed those aspirations to the side. Never gonna become a security guard ever again. I don't want to actually do the work. I haven't watched or caught up with much since. Same. That algo be hitting? Not really. Oh, well, at least, you know, for my consumption purposes, yes, it's been hitting. Forgot the Switch 2 pre-orders might be back. Oh yeah, that's right. Won't talk about why, but yeah, apparently the pre-orders are gonna potentially, wait, yeah, it's the 9th, so are they actually going live today? Or no? Because I know they were supposed to go live, but, you know, due to national events, recent national events, I guess they're more confident with doing that now. I'm gonna head out. Later, Dante, you have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. I work at a factory, basically. I wouldn't call it heaven. Oh shit, never mind. Yeah, that's not heaven, Emil. That's actually pretty dire. Hope you can get out there. Get out of there. Get out there. But yeah, sorry. I hope it didn't sound like I was like, you know, trivializing your job. I truly didn't know. Your dad was living in GTA 5, GTA Online. Yeah, GTA Online is the perfect way to talk about it. I'm in the future. It's the 10th. Yeah, it's the 10th right now. I wish it was the 10th for me. I want to be in the future. I think probably in the next few weeks they'll probably drop pre-orders. All right, like later, Dorky Danny. And with that, I should probably be winding down the stream officially. So, if there's anything you want me to address before I leave, Hamster Dude, I'm sorry I didn't welcome you to the stream. Mint chocolate chip ice cream is a pretty good flavor. I've tried it before. Not my favorite flavor, but I tried it a few years back, and I get why it's a fan favorite for a lot of people. It's good. I mow lawns for my family, so basically I'm unemployed. No, you're not unemployed. You're making money. Therefore, you are employed. But don't say that on your taxes, okay? Wink, wink, nudge. No, I'm just kidding. That's fun. I wonder if I should cut that out. I know for whenever like people talk about like finances or anything or give like advice, you have to say like, you know, I'm not a financial advisor or whatever, to avoid like potentially like getting sued or whatever. I doubt that I will. Knock on wood. But yeah, that might have been a step too far. Trying to convince someone to do tax fraud, maybe pushing it, especially with the IRS. Joker doesn't fuck with the IRS. I shouldn't as well. You aren't winding down the stream. Yes, I am, Gamer Kid. The cracked guitar, have you ordered it? No, but a friend of mine actually did, and I'm incredibly jealous. And hopefully if I get some money back from this this tax return, which I did 2 days ago, and I feel very proud. For those who haven't done their taxes yet, time is starting to tick, so you should definitely get to it. I feel bad it took me this long, but, you know, I was just pushing it too far because I was just, you know, lazy. But yeah, a friend of mine pre-ordered it, so when they get it in, I'll probably be able to check it out and see how it is. And if I'm feeling it, then I'll definitely use that tax refund to purchase it for myself. Winding down the stream, only Chicken Jockey. Only Chicken Jockey. Spider Jockey. You know what, Emil? I gotta agree with that. Spider Jockey is cooler. Riding a spider sounds badass. I wish I could be a skeleton and ride it. Or, I think it's only skeletons, right? I'm a taxi payer. Bold thing to announce on a stream. I don't need taxes. Taxes need me. For legal reasons, For legal reasons, this was a joke. All right, and with that, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you guys being here and humoring me with your presence. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, or afternoon, or evening, or night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods. I hope it's great for you. Bye, Hamster Dude, Dorky Danny, Gamer Kid, Star Killer, Emil. Dante, you left, but I'm still going to say bye to you. Hope you eat soon. Oh, I will. Don't worry. I don't know what I'm going to eat, but I'm definitely going to eat something. Something good. I think we have like chicken nuggies in the fridge or something. Not the fridge, the freezer. We have like chicken nuggies. We got like some rice. Drink some Baja. Hey, way ahead of you, dude. I drank some early in the morning with my Taco Bell breakfast. Hey. Make sure to hydrate. Hey, way ahead of you, dude. I got my water bottle right here. And in fact, I'll end this with the... I haven't done this in a while, but how about some slurps? How's everyone sound about that? We'll end it with the slurp. Yeah? Sound pretty good? I'm excited. Let's do it. Okay. See you at 3. H2O is important. It is. That's very good. I'm a big fan of... Oops, sorry. I accidentally muted my mic. I was supposed to mute the music. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Count of 3. We're gonna do a big slurp. So 1, 2, 3. Oh God, it's so good. Oh. Okay, bye everyone. Bye.